The Old Carpenter and the Unfinished Box. In a small, bustling village nestled by a forest, lived a young carpenter named Elias. He was known for his incredible skill. His hands could shape wood into things of great beauty, chairs that seemed to sing, tables with intricate carvings, and doors that told stories. But for all his talent, Elias was deeply unhappy. He was obsessed with perfection and, more so, with the applause of others. He worked tirelessly, but every time he finished a piece, he would anxiously wait for validation, and a single negative comment would shatter him for days. He never finished his own projects. He had a workshop full of half-carved masterpieces, a beautiful box with a lid that didn't quite fit, a rocking horse with one ear missing, a bookshelf with a single crooked shelf. These were the projects he had started for himself, and they were, in his eyes, monuments to his failures. He could not bear to finish them, because a finished piece could be judged, and a judged piece could be found wanting. One day, an old, quiet man named Silas, a retired carpenter, came to the village. He watched Elias work, not with the judging eyes of the crowd, but with a deep, knowing calm. One evening, he found Elias in his workshop, staring dejectedly at the unfinished box, a look of anguish on his face. "A beautiful piece," Silas said softly. "Why is it not finished?" Elias sighed. "The lid is off by a millimeter. It's a flaw, a failure. It's not perfect." Silas smiled gently. "My boy, you are seeking perfection in the wood, but true artistry is in the hands that shape it. Do you know why I was a happy carpenter?" Elias shook his head. "Because I never sought to build a perfect table for the village chief. I sought to build a true table for myself. My greatest masterpiece is not a piece of furniture, but a story told in the grains of the wood. The tiny mistakes, the subtle imperfections, those are not failures. They are the fingerprints of a human being who tried, who worked, and who gave a piece of themselves to the craft." Silas picked up a piece of the unfinished box. "This isn't just wood. It's a record of your struggle, your frustration, your effort. To leave it unfinished is to deny the most important part of the story." He then showed Elias a small, gnarled wooden sculpture of a tree. "This is a piece I made for myself. It's rough, it's uneven, but every imperfection holds a memory. This knot here is from the time my grandson helped me, and this crooked branch is where I chipped the wood because I was thinking of my late wife. It is not perfect, but it is real." Elias looked from the perfect, flawless doors he had made for others to the half-finished, flawed box he had made for himself. He finally understood. The pain of the crooked shelf and the ill-fitting lid wasn't a curse, it was a mark of his personal journey. He picked up his tools and, for the first time in years, worked not for applause, but for himself. He embraced the imperfection of the box, carving a beautiful vine around the ill-fitting lid, turning the flaw into a feature. He finished the rocking horse with a lopsided grin, giving it a playful character that no perfectly symmetrical one could ever have. The village still admired his work, but Elias no longer sought their praise. He was too busy creating stories, not just objects. He had learned that true fulfillment is not found in the perfect end product, but in the authentic, human process. The most beautiful things are not the ones without flaws, but the ones that carry the history of their own making. He was no longer just a carpenter, he was an artist who had finally found peace in his own hands.